Welcome to my space. Let's take 3 deep breaths together, gathering your energy in on the in-breath. On the exhale, see if you can bring your consciousness down with the exhale into a deeper, slower space inside your body. Maybe your womb or your pelvic bowl. Deep breath in. Ooh. Deep breath in. Ooh. Breath in, gathering all of you back into the borders of your skin. There are several words that I use when I'm trying to describe what I do, and I help people embody, I help people be empowered from within, and I help people express their soul truth into the world with more courage and confidence. I help people surrender and co-create with life force as you build relationship to your own body, then to that inner I am, the divine essence within you, the empowerment that's coming from within, both that divine essence and then the divine energy of your sexual energy and your deep embodied womb wisdom, your root wisdom, and bringing that up and through your body. So embodying empowerment from within, expression of your truth in the world, and then this surrender and this gorgeous co-creation, this romance of you in the dance of life, with breath, with water, with sunlight, with cosmos, with Earth herself, right? And it is a glorious journey. And each of those pieces, embodiment, empowerment, expression, surrender, co-creation, each one of those is this spiraling journey. So it's not like you embody and then you finish that and you move on to empowerment, and then you finish that and you move on to expression. It's this spiral. We're always walking this spiral where embodiment, empowerment, expression, surrender is all kind of working together all of the time. And the more you know yourself, the more you are in tune with that deeper wisdom of you, rather than just being run by your protective mechanisms or your old belief systems or somebody else's demands that were put on you and you just obey them. When you're not running by program and you start slowing down and really doing this inner journey of knowing self and then expressing, embodying, surrendering to life force, it's constant. And you get good at just being tuned into what is life force flowing today? What am I in the middle of today? How do I need to embody, express, move, feel, be, slow down, rest, right? I've been working with Wild Women Circles now for 3 years. We've done, my best friend and I, Erin, Lindsay, and I have co-led 5 different circles, and we've watched this process of embodying, empowering, and expression, and then surrendering into life as it's flowing, rather than life trying to make life be what we want it. We've watched as we've held these containers and given these teachings, how women drop into their truth. They begin to know, who am I actually underneath the roles, underneath the labels, underneath the expectations. And then once we access I am, and I am me, these unique flavors of our protectors and the things that we enjoy or that we've taken on because other people wanted us to take them on, the meanness. I am me, the fullness of me as this human being. And then we are embodied. We start knowing, oh, I can slow everything down. I don't have to just respond out of these programs. And we slow down and we drop in and we take our time and we feel into our root and we feel into our cauldron, our womb wisdom or our pussy power, what makes you juicy, what makes you come alive, what shuts you down. Your body is giving you constantly huge amounts of information. Now, if you feel like it doesn't, it maybe is just that you're not listening or you've labeled the communication patterns of your body as a problem to fix, or a pill needs to be taken so you can overcome it, or this pain is just an inconvenience, or however your relationship with your body is, it might be that your relationship is the thing that's keeping you from learning to drop into your actual wisdom or the truth that your body's trying to tell you to help you live a more soulful, aligned life, a juicy life, a powerful life, a creative life, a romance with life. Um, Now, I will say that all sounds wonderful when I'm talking about it right here, but anybody who's been in my containers for long periods of time know that the death piece is just as important as this juiciness, right? This aliveness. The death is part of that. So it doesn't always look pretty. In fact, I'm personally in a season, and I know a lot of other people who are doing their inner work are also in deep seasons of rebirthing, but that it's felt like a lot of death before this rebirth, or they're following a lot of people, and I am too. I followed these breadcrumbs that I felt like life was asking of me, and I was joyfully saying yes to them. And then all of a sudden, I'm here in this space and everything feels like it's crashed. And I'm like, what the hell? I know I followed life into this space. I know I'm alive in this space. So then it's this, okay, the death is next, the death of dreams, the death of expectations, and it's just giving me all this information. So I'm slowing down even more. I'm on the spiral of embodiment and empowerment and expression with courage and surrendering to what is in order to flow with life and create what's the most alive thing to create now. So this is largely what I do, no matter what container you're in with me, whether that's a body, mind, spirit session or a womb wisdom initiation or a wild women's circle. I am helping all the people that I work with embody or build a better relationship to body, sensation, pain, emotion, stories that you're stuck in. If you've had a lot of trauma, and that's primarily who I work with, are people who have had a lot of trauma and their stories are stuck in their bodies in freeze or fight and flight. And so we're working to undo or get underneath those patterns to find their own aliveness, their soul, and then to create from that space. So in body, mind, spirit sessions, I'm helping embodiment, I'm helping inner empowerment, I'm helping people find their own truth to express in the world. And then as you want deeper, 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 those are the containers that you'll work with in womb wisdom or true self initiation or pussy power activation. Now, I've had a couple of people talk to me this week about how uncomfortable those names feel to them, womb and pussy power, womb wisdom and pussy power. And I get it. Probably 5, 7 years ago, if you would have said that I would have been calling myself a womb wisdom initiator or a pussy power activator, I would have said, hell no, I am not that person. But underneath, there was always been this fire inside of me. And probably if I would have slowed down and come underneath all my fear and belief systems and things that I had to work through, I would have known, oh, yeah, I probably will. So here I am. I know that it's scary, and I'm okay with that. You can be uncomfortable with womb wisdom and pussy power. You can be uncomfortable. Let yourself be uncomfortable. Why are you uncomfortable? What stories do you hold around the word womb that makes you squirm when I say it or when you read it on my post, right? Um, Pussy power. Why is that so uncomfortable? Now, there's a lot around the word pussy. It's been reclaimed, and it was derogatory for so long, and now it's being reclaimed in many circles, and that's why I chose to use it. Um, Actually, I chose to use it for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of fun little nods to specific things for myself, but it's bold and it's edgy. And women who are ready to step into their boldness, into their truth, into their embodied wisdom, into their empowerment that comes from within, I really, truly, with all my heart, believe that part of that has to be a reconnection to that embodied deep space, to your vulva, to your womb, to your sexual energy, to your roots, both physically and energetically and spiritually, or not both, all three, right? And I believe it so much that I'm okay to put this out there and let it be uncomfortable. I will start talking more, and I'm in the process of creating mini courses and workshops so that people can move through this material in ways that feel like I'm giving good explanations and like you're being introduced to it in ways that you can digest it. But the point is, when something activates you, whether it agitates you or inspires you or makes you uncomfortable or draws you in a little bit, or something somewhere deep inside of you is like, oh, I want to know more, but something up here is like, don't you dare, you're going to be killed for that. Um, the witch wound, right? Those are the things that in my own journey, when those moments come up, I get super curious. Why does that bother me so much? What am I afraid to look at? What pieces are hiding in me that want to be seen or need to be held in love or need to be healed? Um, so, if that's you, I'm inviting you to just hold gently that uncomfortable space. Hold the words gently. Get curious. If you can't get curious, it means you're in fight, flight, or freeze. And it's important then to slow down and like really take care of your nervous system. If you can get curious, if you can back up from the agitation or you can back up from the uncomfortable feelings enough and get curious, that means that your body feels, maybe it feels uncomfortable or a little agitated or activated, but you're not in a trauma response with it, and you can be really curious. So there are so many ways to work with this on the spectrum of taking care of your nervous system while you're introducing new ideas or while you're facing stories that activate you. Please take care of you. I'm not telling you to go diving head first into material that would re-traumatize you. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to get curious. If this is your body, and or maybe you don't have a physical womb, but you're relating to people who have physical wombs and you're agitated by the words, or when you hear the word pussy power, all you can think about are sexual acts or um, derogatory things, that's a lot to look at. That's a lot to hold. And I'm inviting you to look at it. I'm inviting you to breathe through it. I'm inviting you to restore things. I'm inviting you to find your truth, your power, and your relationship to your own body so that you can be empowered, so that you can be embodied, so that you can express your soul truth underneath all the things that are keeping you from that, and so that you can enter into this co-creative surrendered space with life force where you and life are creating from this deepest truthful space inside of yourself and from yourself into the world. So I know that on a personal journey of my own, that is not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of life, death, and rebirth in that experience. But I also know there's a lot of you out there doing it, or a lot of you out there who are ready to take that step into the journey of self, to know thyself, to explore your own embodiment, empowerment, and expression, and then surrender into this gorgeous romance with life. If you need help with that, please contact me or look for somebody that is in resonance with you and begin the journey. Maybe in this video, I'll put a few book recommendations. You can just start reading and start meeting those old stories that aren't serving you well anymore, and just get soft and curious around it. Thanks for listening. I will return with more challenging thoughts, I'm sure, and I hope you do too. Thanks for being here.